Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Death by Daylight. This is episode 28. We are happy to be joining you on our first ever Tuesday broadcast. We have...
I don't know why that's funny.
I know, it's because we keep doing that. We've got a great episode for you tonight. We've got a guest producer slash player. He's going to be on. His microphone is going to stay muted because we couldn't figure out how to get wait for the feedback. But Gibby is here talking to us in spirit. He's also going to be the streamer that you're going to be looking at, as well as producing our little show this evening. Ernie is out sick. So tonight it's going to be me and Jesus. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm great. I just fucking ran through some last minute research, and I feel confident. What about you, Juan? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just chilling right here.
Playing a little Tony Hawk, huh?
Not anymore. Or else you'd hear it right now.
You better not be, motherfucker.
Fucking jamming on those goddamn sticks.
I never know if he's playing Tony Hawk or jerking off. Like,
No,
because he has done the other one.
On the show? How do you know that?
Because I was there next to him.
I was sending him screenshots of my video. No, I'm just kidding.
That's gross. Oh, that's unprofessional. I kept that going. Hello, everybody, and okay, yeah, we did that part. We're gonna go ahead. I have a bartender minute today from our dear friend P-Dubs, and so he made us a little haunted house drink. I also have that's about it. Oh, I have a lot of stuff that I wrote down. That's in the other room, so...
Well, let's hear that fucking drink.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So here is the P-Dubs drink. He told me this drink is called the Poisoned Apple. I think... Oh, and he also gave me instructions for, like, if you're gonna make it and you, like, don't want to... Or he's gonna say it again, but just in case. 1 ounce Jack Daniel's apple, 25 ounce Jaeger... 25 ounce. 1 ounce Jack Daniel's apple.
Oh my god.
1 ounce Jack Daniel's apple, 0.25 ounces Jaeger, 0.25 ounces Frangelico, half an ounce lime and simple. Top it off with champagne. Ooh. Sounds fucking delicious, if I'm being honest. Here is our boy P-Dubs.
Yo, what's up, guys? P-Dubs here with another spooky cocktail for your Halloween night. Something to enjoy in the dark. So, for your haunted house special, we're going to be doing the Poison Apple. So here's what I want you all to do. Go ahead and grab Jack Daniel's apple and pour 1 ounce of that in there. Now pour 1/4 ounce of Jägermeister, 1/4 ounce of Frangelico, 1/2 ounce of lime juice, and 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And go ahead and give that a quick shake. Doesn't need to be long. And pour it out into a Collins glass, any 9-10 ounce glass that you have available. And then what you're going to do, just top it off with some champagne. And give it a little apple slice for a garnish, and mwah, there you go.
Beautiful, Patrick. Thank you very much.
Fucking delicious.
Dude, it sounds so good. I want to fucking try it if we're ever allowed to see each other again. I am...
How many do you think Juan can take? Like, if he was drinking those.
Of that drink?
Of that drink. How many do you think he could put down in one night?
Yeah, not more than one. First of all, because you're looking at one hell of a hangover. And second of all, well, there's only... So it's a shot of Jack and 0.25 of Jaeger. With the... Yeah, dude, fucking... That's a fucking bomb for him already.
How many do you think you could put down? Oh, my voice cracked. I don't know what the fuck happened.
How many?
I'm 21, I swear.
I think I could put down quite a few. The hangover doesn't change for me though. because what makes the hangover here is the Jaeger and the champagne. So I don't think I have any less of a hangover, but I could probably put down 3 or 4 before I'm drunk.
All right. Well, if we ever get to do that, I'm gonna hold you to it. You're gonna have to drink 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. Gibby is going to be playing the clown. That's what we discussed beforehand. He's got it up on the screen now. He does not have any perks for it, so he's going to be earning perks as he goes and changing his build. Maybe we'll cut in to talk about those things if we can see it up on the screen, but most likely we're going to just be talking about these movies while he goes, again, because a little bit of a special episode here. We're kind of limping in, but we have a lot to cover before the end of... I think we're at 11 days now that we've got to cover a lot of stuff, so we knew we had to get this episode in despite being down a man. Let's talk about drinks. Let's get into the drinking game. You can actually start whenever you want to, Gibby, and then we will get straight into the movies. We're going to do the movies while we do the drinking game. We feel like maybe if we drink while we're already talking about the movies, that just makes it better to talk about the movies, and that way we don't wait as long to get into the movie. We're going to see how it works. We're still experimenting here at Death by Daylight.
It's like college, you gotta experiment a little bit.
You gotta experiment, baby. You gotta, feel around. Oh, yes. How are you gonna end that sentence?
You know what? Let's just get into this game, guys.
Excellent. That's a good choice. So, what are we drinking tonight, boys? What do you got?
Let me guess, Juan. You're drinking water.
I'm drinking one of your Trulies, actually.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Watermelon and kiwi.
I liked that one. I feel like it's gotten mixed reviews, but I really like it.
I did too. Are you shooting anything tonight, Juan?
I am not, but I'm gonna be drinking. I'll do this since there's enough of these right here. If instead of a shot, I'll chug one.
Nice.
Damn. All right.
You don't have to chug the whole thing. Although,
no,
I mean, don't let me fucking stop you, but...
No. Let's fucking make him chug it, all right?
Sure, buddy. Whatever you want.
Let's do this.
I'm in for the ride, baby.
A beer every time he gets a hook.
Oh, my God. Every time he gets a hook. Fucking get a real quick blackout. What about you, Jesus? What do you got on the menu here?
I'm drinking a Natter Day. And then I'm shooting bullet.
Damn, what a fucking combo there. Cannot get enough Natter Day or bullet in my life for sure.
But yourself?
Oh yeah, I wish every day was Natter Day. I've got a Lagunitas Little Something. I've also got Deep Eddy's Red Grapefruit Vodka. And I've got me a Pabst Blue Ribbon as my second beer here.
Oh.
Big fan of Pabst. My fraternity from college. Our logo is on the tall boy because our founder was a member, or the founder of PBR was a member of Chi Psi. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If you look at anybody at home that's got a tall boy PBR, you look at the bottom of it, right next to the 16 ounce, you can see an X in the little grain leaf or the wheat leaf that's going up, and then you've got a Psi, the sign for Psi right under that. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
All right. So drinking game, real quick rules. If this is your first time at Death by Daylight, every time Gibby gets a hook, every time he breaks a generator, that's a drink. His first and third kills will be drinks, and his second and fourth kills will be shots. We are going to, again, start just talking about the movie a little bit as soon as we get in to the game, so we're not going to be paying as much attention, but we'll make sure the shots at least get counted at the end. It's pretty easy to do that, so pay attention to yourselves. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before we just really jump into the movies, a lot of these movies are, both movies are found footage films. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys like found footage films, or... could you care less for them?
Juan?
I really like found footage films. I actually I mean, some people hate them, and I know some people complain because they get dizzy or because they think they're just overdone. And I do agree, they've been making way too many. But I don't know. I like the realism that it's trying to do, so I dig them.
Josh?
Sorry about that. I absolutely adore found footage. I can't get enough of it. I think I've watched found footage films on YouTube that are playing there because they couldn't even get on Amazon Prime. I've watched found footage movies that had to be sent to me because they can't get them on any platform. I've watched found footage and found footage and found footage. I am a found footage fanatic.
Jesus.
I'm not even 100%. I do know why. I think it presents an aspect of horror that you just don't get in a classic horror movie, which is that something bad is happening right now, this instant, and there's bad found footage movies. For me, the Poughkeepsie tapes isn't great, although people will say that it's awesome.
Whoa, what?
I have problems. We'll cover it one day.
Oh man.
I think my favorite found footage film is One Night in Paris.
Oh yes, with the night vision.
The night vision.
And it's funny because my favorite has to be the Poughkeepsie tapes. So, oh man, I can't wait to get to that one.
Grave Encounters also got a lot of people that really like that movie. I thought it was fucking garbage, man.
I like the first one. I thought the second one was fucking garbage.
The problem for me with the found footage that isn't really found footage, and we'll get into some of this because Hellhouse and Hellhouse does it more than Houses October Built, but they both do it, and I'll tell you exactly what it is in a little bit. Well, I'll just tell you right now. The distortion in the tape when there's like a ghost or something bad is happening, and there's like you hear like the audio feedback, and then you hear like little, and then you
clipping.
see like I don't like that. I think the less of that stuff that happens in a found footage film, the better. And there are plenty of examples of that. For me, Blair Witch is the all-time. It's the fucking GOAT of found footage.
I actually think that the third Paranormal Activity was actually really good found footage.
I thought I really like all of the Paranormal Activities. I think the third is actually my least favorite just because it was like a prequel.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the story as much as other people, but I thought Paranormal Activities, all of them were done pretty well. There's also, there's just a ton of stuff. Marble Hornets is a YouTube found footage series about Slender Man. Man, it's just it's a camera, it's low budget, but the acting is pretty fucking well done. There's a lot of silent parts of the film. Just really like minimal and done really well, and I feel like if you add too much production, it makes it fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
And I felt like that Paranormal Activity had fucking excellent. Man, it looked like a fucking home movie, and I don't know if you guys remember, but when they first advertised Paranormal Activity, they advertised it as like a snuff film. They were like, "This happened." And fucking we're not gonna give any credits. There's no directing credits. There's no acting credits. The movie ends fade to or just black after the last scene. And this fucking happened. And I bet that you can't prove otherwise.
Yeah, dude. I remember after watching that first one, it got me really fucking scared. Because it made me think like, oh shit, like this fucking can really happen. And I think with found footage films, whenever it comes off really authentic, like, shit, this can really fucking happen. And I feel like you get that a lot in Hellhouse 1 and Houses 1. Just like, oh, that fucking feeling like, this shit can happen to anyone. But whenever they try to overdo it, I feel like it kind of, it comes off too much. And it's kind of a, I don't know, like a draw away, I guess. I don't know the word I'm trying to use here.
I totally understand. And I think that when you get into Hellhouse 2, the fucking news broadcast, man, It was so fucking poorly done. Like the whole like breaking into like the talk show kind of thing was just fucking bad. It was just really, really bad, and it completely took me out of the movie. But we'll get into that. We're gonna start. We're gonna start with Hellhouse. Well, let's start with House of October Built. And one. We'll stick with one, and then maybe get into the sequel a little bit. Although I can tell you right now, mostly it's going to be problems that I had with it. Eric is hanging out. He said about Patrick's cocktail Fanthy. I think it's Fanthy too. Thanks for hanging out, Eric. It's been a pleasure to have you come hang out with us. Love you, buddy. And we'll go ahead and get into House of October Built. So let me just give me one sentence about how you felt after watching the movie. We had the pleasure of being able to watch this together when things weren't so fucking crazy. So what was your first impression? We'll start with Juan.
My first impression, oh man. So, did you say to do it in one sentence, or can I actually kind of?
Well,
Yeah,
he said one
sure.
word, but I guess he could just go fuck himself. So whatever.
I said one sentence, but I mean, get into it. If
I mean, okay, because first off, I enjoyed what they were going for. Like, I really liked the idea because I myself, I used to like doing haunted houses at home and all that, like garage haunted houses and all that stuff. So I liked the whole idea of it, but I just felt that like these guys were, I mean, spoiler alert, but that they were idiots, because once you had a red flag, it's like, dude, go home, you know?
I think that's every horror movie, though.
Gibby broke a generator drink.
Nice.
We've actually missed a lot because he already has a kill, but I just happened to glance over there. Go ahead. Sorry, Juan, go ahead.
No, yeah, so that's just what it is. It was like, it was so good, and like, it was enjoyable. I actually liked the movie, and I think it's fucked up, but I feel that the characters in it totally deserved what they got, because they really went asking for it.
Yeah. Jesus, first impression.
It left me really, I guess I would say, left me really eerie. I felt like it was really authentic. I felt like this, like the whole acting in the whole movie, the whole found footage type deal, it seemed real. It seemed like a bunch of best friends getting together and they're thrill seeking, you know. They want to check out some dope ass haunted houses, and they're hearing about this certain haunted house. So like, yes, like we want to fucking do that. That sounds fucking sick. Like, I know we've all been there at a younger stupid age or whatever. So and then things get bad, and like Juan said, when I feel like for me, when things get bad, I fucking bail. But in horror movies, they usually go, come on guys, let's split up and find the killer. But you know,
it's like that commercial, let's go run in that shed with all the chainsaws. Oh no, let's go to the cemetery. Like, no, what the fuck are you doing?
So Josh, you want to get into the movie and give the explanation? I'll be jumping in here and there.
Yeah. So we get. I like where both of you are going. I thought that some scenes specifically that were very eerie. The scene where they're looking for Giggles, I thought was fucking fantastic. Where they walk into that like hick bar.
Oh yeah.
And it's just everyone's in costume, and they don't expect that to like they were not. This bar looked like a normal bar. They didn't expect this to be part of it, and all of a sudden, boom, they're right back in it. The clown was fucking creepy, the way it moved, the way it looked, and then the how do I put this lightly? The near sexual assault. I thought that just added a lot to it. I mean, like, yeah, all this stuff is creepy looking or whatever, but this is real life fear or horror that this girl is going through, and man, it took it to a whole different level. The other scene that I want to bring up real quick is when they're in the bus at night and they turn on the lights and there's like 50 fucking people out there. That was really, really well done, man. I can't express that enough. So, very quick synopsis of the movie. A group of friends get together and they decide that they're going to go to the most fucked up or like the most infamous haunted houses in the South really the southeast of the country, Louisiana, Texas, maybe like Alabama, Arkansas in there. And they decide that they're going to go to like the most infamous ones. They've got like 5 days that they're planning with 5 different haunted houses. So you get a lot of really easy footage as far as like it doesn't really have to be a storyline. They're just going through haunted houses and it's creepy. So I want to ask you guys this before we go on. What is your all-time creepiest haunted house theme? Like clowns, asylum, fucking graveyard, zombies. What's the scariest haunted house part for you?
Alright, I'll go so Juan can think about it a little bit. For me, it's been a very long time since I've been to a haunted house, but I know growing up, that like the demonic possession type deal, where you're in like that hell's lair, and
Absolutely.
that fucking dude, for whatever reason, I'm not a big believer or anything like that, but just that split second, if hell is real, and if there are real demons who are just wanting to fucking torture us forever, like that seems pretty fucking brutal. So growing up, that always put a fear in me. So when I would see that in haunted houses and stuff like that, you know, it would give me chills.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I'll reveal mine in a second. We've got a couple drinks here to take, and let's just go ahead and start one so we can get to
fucking 4K. That's 2 shots, boys.
Gibby with a 4K. He gets to add some perks to his clown here coming up, which is only going to make it worse. Gibby's a gamer. That's why we've got him on.
Gibby's
doing
a fucking prodigy.
Yeah. He's good at every game he plays, so...
He's a fucking hustler, bro. I fucking played this guy I fucking played this guy in Smash Bros. He's like, "You want to play Smash Bros?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down. It's been a while since I've played." "You play this a lot?" He's like, "Oh, I'm only ranked number 2 in the city." I'm like, "You motherfucker."
Holy shit.
Fucking Gibby, man. Just hustling and hustling. I love it, though. I love it. So let's go ahead and get that shot in. At home, if you're drinking with us, you're going to take one shot, and then we're going to talk a little bit, and then we'll take the second one for his 4K. As we go into the night, we'll see how many more 4K shots we take, because it might end up being a lot. But let's, again, Gibby, just a monster. And maybe we'll make him play Survivor eventually, so that the most we have to take is 1. But cheers, boys. Here's to haunted houses.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that bullet.
Oh, yeah, that bullet.
Ah.
I wish I had some. So the favorite part for me, Ernie says, take a shot for me, y'all. We absolutely will, Ernie. We absolutely will. So the favorite part for me, the scariest part of the haunted house for me is always the clowns. It's cliche and whatever, I don't give a fuck. I fucking hate them.
No, they're terrifying.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. And it's not even always like the clown with like the teeth, and like sometimes it's just like the normal, actually, I'm gonna tell you this straight up, the like more normal the clown looks in like the creepy setting, the more fucked up it is for me. Because it just unstable. There's just something unsettling about it.
Another issue that I have with haunted houses is the strobe lights. That shit fucks me up, dude.
Yeah,
when they really fuck with your vision, and you're having to like walk towards something, and you're walking towards a figure or something like that. Oh, that's just fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah, I am not a fan of strobe lights in any scenario. And so obviously the strobe light in there. So we have a strobe light scene too in both movies, but we have a very prominent, like, I love the way they use the strobe light in Hellhouse, so we'll get there in a second. But what about you, Juan? What's the worst part of the haunted house for you?
You know what? I was actually going to say Clowns 2. And the reason why is actually more because of the music.
Ooh, yeah.
Since I like being in haunted houses. I like doing haunted houses myself. So one thing I always try to make sure that when we do one, is that we have like a good soundtrack playing or whatever. So I know every time there's clown music, like that creepy carnival shit, like it's always freaked me out a little bit.
Dude, yeah, I totally understand. Because for me, it's constantly having to, like the music changes and like the atmosphere changes and just that fucking like Jack in the Box music, the like finger piano music or the carnival music. I can't stand it.
Have you ever been in a haunted house where like the music was like on point, where it's not to the point where it was creepy, but you're just like, yo, I fucking dig this song.
One time at the KLEQ haunted house, there was like there was a part that was supposed to just be, I think, like a sensory overload, and for sure it was Rob Zombie playing, and I love Rob Zombie, so.
Yeah, no, I've been through some shit like that too, where there's just like, yo, I'm a headbang to this song.
Burn through the witches. I fucking love that song. And so, yeah, we get moving forward in House of October Built. So you get a lot of good. We're not going to go through every fucking haunted house they went through. It's like 50 minutes of a movie, so go watch it. If you like haunted houses, you're going to see a lot of really great haunted houses. The makeup, the scenery.
That creepy fucking doll face girl.
The doll face girl we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about the rabbit guy real quick. So some plot points here. Again, we're trying not to do synopsis, but there's a point where they see this fucking girl with a doll face at the first haunted house they go. They travel over 100 miles to go to the second haunted house, and then they leave that house in their RV, and they're driving, and she is in the middle of the fucking street, in the middle of fucking nowhere. That's where you start to get the sense that something is different about what they're going through. They let her on the bus because they think she's lost, and they're like, well, we recognize her. She gets on the bus, she sits down, she does this horrible scream, and then she like looks at them and breathes heavily and then gets off the bus in the middle of nowhere.
And that's where you call it. That's where you go home and you say, that's it.
Yes. That brings me to my next question. And we had this discussion a little bit without Ernie there, and I'm curious to see what he's going to comment. Who drags us the furthest? Like, which one of the group makes us go the furthest, even though we know something is wrong? For me, I'd be out at the beginning because I'm a pussy when it comes to haunted houses. So I'm out after the first haunted house. I'm like, we should go home. So as soon as that girl gets on the fucking bus, I am out. I'm out. And if you're,
would be pissed that anyone let her on the bus to begin with.
Yeah, what are you doing, dude? Like she might as well be a fucking carny. Like you can't trust these goddamn people, dude. Yeah, for me,
the sympathy in horror movies are like, we gotta help this girl. Like, I get it. Like, if something happens, I want to help someone, but at one point you draw a line because you're just asking to be killed.
Dude, if we're in the middle of nowhere, driving in an RV,
the doors stay
locked. The doors stay locked. I don't care if it was like someone we knew on the road. I'd be like, the door, like, let's park, and then I'm gonna ask them questions that only they would know, so I know that they're not like a body snatcher or something. And Juan, I hate to say this, but my pick is your wife, dude. I think your wife would be like, no, guys, let's fucking go. Let's like you guys are pussies. Let's fucking go. We need to keep going to these haunted houses. This is all just part of it. Because she was super stoked when we were watching the movie. She was very about like being a part of this and how much she loved haunted houses.
I don't know. I want to say I agree, but I feel that once like shit got really ugly, then that she would be like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm
gonna argue with that because you both live in a fucking haunted house now.
And yes, can we please talk about this?
Like Juan was telling us the other day, where like he got it, like his shirt went up and he's been scratched and shit, and like you just leave now, like. But Juan and Ale are just like, it's all right, like whatever.
So first of all, go ahead, Juan. Go ahead, defend yourself.
Defend you and the demon that lives there at your house right now.
Well, I mean,
they're right behind you, by the way.
I mean, it's the thing. Like, it's not like we've had anything ugly happen. It's not like they've fucking cornered us in the fucking bathroom and tried to rape one of us. I mean, like, if that was the case, then, I mean, what the fuck? You know, of course we're gonna get out, but...
I don't think I've ever heard that in any horror movie.
I'd like to... Yeah, of course they do. But I'd like to talk about... Let's set the setting first. So, I want to preface this by saying... Juan and Ale have an absolutely lovely home. And they have been gracious enough to let us have movie nights there and stuff, and we're all very safe, and we've, kept in this isolated group, so everything's kosher, but they've been nice enough to allow us into their home and to watch some scary movies and things like that. So let me start by saying that. But let me also start by telling you that they have a whole cabinet, and on the top 2 squares of this cabinet, I'm gonna say about maybe 48 inches by 12 inches high. So 48 inches long by 12 inches high. There are dolls, okay? Porcelain dolls, dolls that their eyes move if you lay them down with the magnetic eyes. Dolls. There's so many dolls in this cabinet, and then they're sealed by what appears to be like shrink wrap, because they belong to Ala's grandmother, and they don't want anybody to touch them or move them. I totally get that part, but when you're watching horror movies in this living room, and you're having like there's a scary part of the horror movie, and you look up into this cabinet of dolls, let me tell you, audience, Eric, it is very, very unsettling. It is unbelievably unsettling. And then on top of all this, they claim to have a ghost. They claim to have a ghost.
You know what I'm just thinking of now that you're talking about this? Her grandmother is very set on, you can't get rid of these dolls. Do not get rid of these dolls. Please. Is there a reason why? Like, is there like an entity attached to these? Like, if you get rid of these dolls, hell on earth will break out.
She's put like some voodoo magic in these dolls, and they're actually like loved ones.
Yeah,
Annabelle.
Their spirits have been put into these dolls.
Nah, her reason is honestly, and I know she's not gonna listen to this, so I'll say it. It's because she's basically a hoarder, like not like an extreme hoarder, but like she holds like anything that belonged to her kids from like, years when they were kids.
Is she though?
Because
I feel like me being a hoarder
to hold on to it.
Is a easier sell than saying like, hey, there's demons attached to these dolls. Like, you would look at me weird if I said that, but if I was like, I'm just a hoarder, guys.
It's funny because she actually doesn't even believe that the house is haunted. She actually thinks we're crazy for saying that.
I don't get it.
I don't.
Me being a whore, I don't have any dolls.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ernie Sapien has come into the broadcast.
Hello.
Hello, Ernie. How do you feel, bud?
Not bad.
There you go. That's good enough. So we are talking about the dolls in Juan's house. We're talking about the ghost that she has told me. Not only has she told me, so you're saying that she says we're crazy for believing in it. She's told me that it exists. Also, she's told me that her cousin, or is this her sister?
Her cousin.
Her cousin will not enter the house after dark because she is so convinced that a ghost lives there.
But will you enter her cousin?
I have not seen her cousin. Juan, can you give us is she hot?
I kind of see her as like a little sister type deal, so I can't really say anything there.
What's your point? Like, you don't enter your little sister?
I'm not you, that's my point.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
bro.
Get him! There you go, Juan. That's how you fucking defend yourself, Juan. What? I mean, so she's not your little sister. Give me a is she hot?
He didn't want to answer, so that's a fucking.
I feel like she's hot. Yeah. So, Ale,
if you're listening, this guy wants to fuck his little sister. Oh wait, no, I meant.
Tell your cousin, yeah, me. Tell your cousin I said what's up.
I'll tell you this much: she's really tall. She's like taller than Ale, and like.
What are you saying, Juan?
She may be taller than me.
She's taller than Ale. Ale's like what, like 5'2"?
Yeah, I mean, Ale is not very tall, dude.
Ale's 5'6".
Okay,
That's
tell
all
me
right.
when she's 5'11", then we'll have a discussion, okay?
Honestly, I've taken down a 6-footer. You know what I mean? So,
Damn, so you climbed that bitch.
yeah. I went spelunking on a bitch.
Josh showed up and she was super fucking tall. He was like, "I got these ladders here."
Oh, Jesus, what a joke!
I just. She's family, so I really can't. I can't talk like that.
What
Got
are you
these
doing,
ladders, huh?
step bro?
But
All
going
right,
back to
well,
the
that's all.
original thing.
No, yeah, please.
Haunted houses.
There's so anyway, a house being haunted. I mean, we've never been attacked. We've never been like nothing's happened. You know, like I said in this movie. I mean, you're not even dealing with paranormal shit. You're dealing with fucking. At some point, there's literally people fucking with you, like from outside your RV. They're putting a fucking heart in your fucking fridge or whatever the hell that was.
They break
Like-
into the RV, or is that the second movie? No,
That's the first one.
No. The first one, yeah, they break into the RV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's when you call it quits. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at that point, I mean, I know Ale. I know she'd be like, we gotta get the fuck out. I know at that point she would be interested at first to go, but I know shit like that would happen, and it's like, nah, like, cause, nah, I don't think any of us would be dumb enough to honestly want to keep going. But if all of us are drunk,
if we already paid for like the tickets,
hold on.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Juan.
If all of us are drunk, then I'll probably be the one to like want to keep going because I'm stupid as hell apparently when I'm drunk.
well, you're pretty fucking.
No, I would be the one because I don't believe in that shit.
You don't believe in raping and stalking?
I thought it was
and...
ghosts and shit.
No, there's zero
About
ghosts.
ghosts still.
No, this isn't paranormal. Like,
Yeah.
No, this is like they're actually physically fucking with you. Like,
Oh, then yeah. fuck that.
like in the movie, they basically kidnap them, and they're like, "No, guys, we got to keep going."
Oh,
they
no,
bury
no,
them
that's stupid.
underground.
That's white people shit, dog.
Gibby, if I'm reading this right, you got boned on that one, eh? Comment in the chat. I think you only got one kill.
Yeah, he did.
All right, no shots on that one. Fuck you, Gibby. Gibby, who was gracious enough to play tonight.
Gibby got fucked harder than Juan tonight with that ghost. Like, that ghost hears him talking shit. He's like, "Oh, you don't think I'm about that life, motherfucker?"
No, and I think that there's like Ernie was saying, he doesn't believe in all that stuff. And I mean, I totally get that stance. Like, I understand it. But again, this is just something different because these people were like actually fucked with. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. It wasn't like, a spooky ghost did this. It was like, no, we've been kidnapped and something terrible's happened. And they were like,
So
no,
would-
guys, go on.
Would you guys be able to go through one of those haunted houses? Because they have haunted houses like that where they're that fucking extreme, where they're torturing you and shit like that. And
No
people
desire.
Sign
None.
up for that shit.
No desire to go through that.
Ernie?
I mean, yeah, fuck it.
Oh, Ale! She fucking, Ale says, I'm here, bitches.
Oh. Well, you don't want to hear what Juan said. I'm just kidding.
Ale, they want to know if Gabby is hot.
Hey, we did ask that, yes. I'm gonna own it.
Your cousin, by the way.
But we also want to, okay, she's gonna be like, which Gabby? We also want to know if you really, like, at what point in the movie, because you saw the movie, so at what, oh, she says of course she is. Boom!
Oh.
There you go, Josh.
Gabby,
Josh
if you're
asked for her
listening, what's
number.
up? What's up?
Gabby,
but-
if you're listening.
You saw the movie, so you tell us, at what point in the first movie do you quit? Are you like, no guys, I agree, let's go home? Tell us. We're anxiously awaiting what you're saying. Hopefully it's a good answer. Because, alright, so we'll get a little further in the movie. They end up at Bourbon Street. After all this shit, they've been fucked with. People are showing up in droves outside their RV. They flash the lights go off. They flash the lights back on. All those people are gone. Clearly something fucked up is happening. But they get this invitation from Blue Skeleton, which is like the big haunted house, the secret haunted house that they're after. And it says, meet us here on Bourbon Street.
You
and
don't go. No, that's where they fucked up.
No, I mean, I wouldn't go either. I'm not saying that I would go. What I'm saying is that they went. And they get kidnapped. So, you know, that was the wrong decision. They end up on this bus. Once someone is missing, I'm getting in the trailer and going home. Y'all can fend for yourself. So, that's a perfect answer, because the part in the movie that we're on is that exact part. So, when they get back in the bus after Bourbon Street, they are missing someone. Their friend, I think it's Danny, is the one that's gone. And they decide that they're going to go look for him, which is honorable, but also I'm going to just call the cops and they can look for him. I'm not one for police intervention usually. As the Ghetto Boys said, I was born in the G code, and we don't talk to police. And so I'm not usually one for police intervention, but in this very specific case, my friend is kidnapped, and I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to let them figure it out. So that's an excellent answer, Ale. Again, I would have been out. The first time that someone lets a ghost girl on the RV, I'm out. So that's a pretty commendable answer there.
So this is a weird question that we didn't ask with us about Ghost Girl. Out of all of us, who let Ghost Girl in the RV?
Ernie.
That was such a quick answer, dude. That was such a quick answer.
Okay, so Ernie, we're leaving a haunted house, and then there's this fucking creepy ass doll.
No.
Girl.
100 miles away from that haunted house, there's a girl with a doll mask
in a cornfield.
In a cornfield that we saw at the haunted house 100 miles away, and we stopped because we're afraid that she might be in danger. Do you let her on the bus?
Is it the girl from the flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, why not?
Well, there you have it.
Like
Ale also said Ernie.
Why wouldn't
immediately.
you? Why wouldn't you help someone that looks like they're gonna fuck it, like in the middle of nowhere? You're not gonna help.
If they're in the middle of the nowhere and they're really needing help, they wouldn't be wearing that stupid fucking doll mask.
Well,
How many miles
take
away?
The mask off. Over 100.
Yeah,
Over
like if
100.
you're in need of help, you take the mask off. You don't just stand creepy in the.
And then not say a word when they pull
take
up.
it off.
I mean, they didn't. and then she scared it. Ale also said Ernie immediately. And Ale also says, I think it'd be either Ernie or Juan going missing. I feel the same exact way, Josh. The police can do their job. If the killer needs a haircut, though, let me know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're gonna go ahead and pimp Ala's business here. You can find her on Instagram as aesthetic_Ale. That is AESTHETIC. .ale_. Go check her out. She does amazing work. She cuts my hair, and I have really long hair. She cuts Jesus' hair, who has like short hair. She does great with his. I have very long hair, like past my shoulders. She did a great job with my hair.
She made Heather Haley Williams hair.
She gave Heather Haley Williams hair. She cuts our friend Lore's hair. She does a fucking great job. So go follow our Instagram page, and you can contact her through there and get a haircut, because you need it, because your quarantine hair is starting to look poor. So she's also put it in the group chat. You just at what she put in the group chat, and you can go find her page where you can see her work and then contact her for a haircut. Thank you, Ale.
I feel like Josh would have asked that girl, like, you on Tinder?
I wouldn't. Why would I ask
Fallout,
someone if they're on?
Nah,
why would I
I
ask someone if they're on Tinder?
I think Josh would probably
Yo,
just be like,
Dollface, you on swipe night?
Okay, all right.
I think Josh would be the first one to just be like, dude, fucking quick, keep on driving, keep on fucking driving.
Yeah,
Like,
he
nah,
wouldn't
dude,
let-
what, dude,
he
just
wouldn't
fucking
let
drive.
Ernie open the door.
You'd be
Yeah,
pissed
whatever.
off if he even hits the brake.
First of all, I'd be driving because I fucking had to drive the goddamn van.
Yeah, true.
This is true.
But so I wouldn't stop. If she was in the middle of the road, I'm fucking hitting that gas pedal. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of the middle of the road. I can pass this off as manslaughter. You're not going to manslaughter me. I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, I mean, if someone else was driving and they started to like hit the brakes, like, oh my god, we have to help her. No, we fucking don't. I'm not about it. And then again, I think the best point that's been made here is, if you really need help, take the doll's mask off. Take it off, and then we'll talk about helping you. We are never going to get to the end of this movie if we don't move forward a little bit. So let's just move forward a little bit. Actually, we're close to the end here. This is going to be the last synopsis kind of part of it. They're taken to a secret location where they do a great job here. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of creepy shit. They're freaking out at this point because they don't know if it's real. They don't know how far these people are going to go. They beg not to like be left alone. They all have covers over their heads and they're all dropped in different locations. Terrifying stuff. I mean, even if you thought it was fake, it's pretty fucking scary at this point. It ends, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. It ends with the girl being buried alive. Actually, they're all buried alive. But
Why are
they
you saying
focus
spoiler alert? That was like the first scene of the whole movie.
Well, yeah, but not all of them. You only see that Brandy's... Well, and you don't even see that she's buried alive. You see her being put into the trunk. That's what you see at the first scene. So, they get buried alive. It ends with them getting out. The cop shows up, and you learn that it really was just a haunt, and they're not harmed. Take that ending as you will. I thought it didn't harm the movie. I thought the
Wait,
movie
no.
was really about...
Wasn't that the beginning of the second one, that the cop shows up?
The cop, like, actually getting out and shit is the second one. I could have swore that the first one ends with, like, the siren sound, which is why they do that siren sound in the second one.
Oh, okay.
I knew she was going to make it because I saw Undertaker versus Kane in a Buried Alive match. And Undertaker, he came back on Monday Night Raw the following night to fight for the Intercontinental Championship. So I knew she was going to get out.
I know you're what you're saying sounds pretty accurate, but also Undertaker never won the Intercontinental Championship. So
damn it, Josh! Did you really not ever win it ever?
You can Google it, but I'm like 99% sure I'm right.
Okay. And he never fought for it, is what you're saying too?
No, he was too big to fight for the Intercontinental Championship.
Damn it.
The Intercontinental Championship was like a belt that you gave to like second tier wrestlers who you wanted to propel to first tier status.
Alright, well then he won the tag team belt.
Let's not go down this rabbit hole. Eric put laughing faces. I don't know if he's laughing at this part of the conversation, but yeah. So that's the end of fucking Houses October Built. We have a lot to go with Hellhouse. We're gonna get into that in a second. We've got a shot that we owe Gibby, for the first game, and now he's gonna play as Survivor. So we have to take a third shot during the episode. I don't want it to be all together. So everybody, pour up real quick. So we can give the second shot that we owe Gibby.
Pull up. Pull
it up. And we'll go ahead and...
And cheers to the Undertaker never having to wrestle for the Intercontinental Championship.
Dude, I'll fucking cheers to that all day. Fucking baby goat. Undertaker.
Damn it.
At some point, I'd like to cheers to a lot of wrestlers like Stone Cold and Eddie Guerrero.
Alright, slow your fucking roll there, Josh, okay?
Latino Heat.
The fuck is that?
I honestly don't know.
What the
Oh, Derek.
Oh, because I was gonna say like shit like that. That's my cue to be like, all right, we talked about it. This is where I back out, guys.
This is where I bail.
What the? Hey, seriously, what the fuck was that?
It was a record. It was a recording of our friend Eric.
I thought the ghost here at home was trying to fucking join the podcast.
I thought, oh, you do believe it's Ala that doesn't believe in the ghost at home.
Yeah, she does. She knows it's fucking here.
He wanted to be shown on the podcast, so that was it.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric.
So you guys, if you guys come week to week to week, we'll throw you on here. We don't give a fuck.
I've told people that they can be guests on this podcast, even if they only show up once. So, Eric, we would fucking love to have you, bud. I feel like that'd be a very fun podcast. So we're moving on to Hellhouse LLC. The sequels. Go on.
Are we not going to cover part 2?
I don't like on just strictly on time. I if we get into the sequels, they have to be very brief. One, because they were garbage, and second, just because I'd really much rather cover the good, like Hellhouse 1, yeah, instead of talking about how shitty the sequels were.
Well,
but at the end, I feel like we can just shit on the sequels real quick.
I kind of liked part 2 of Houses October Built.
You liked the second one?
I mean, I'm not saying it's better than the first, but I was rooting for the girl because she was just like, I don't want anything extreme, just something chill, and like it seemed like a nice little like the road trip that they were always wanting, and it seemed fun, and it seemed like, hey, you know what? I would check out this 5K place, and I definitely want to see some laser titties, you know, like.
So I assume that this has all been satire.
No, I thought it was
sarcastic.
Okay,
get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was great. It was like, all right. Like I sat there and watched it. I thought the ending was very shitty.
I thought the whole movie was shitty, man. I felt like they did the exact same thing they did in the first one, and like with very little explanation, and it was just terrible.
It was the watered down version of part 1.
Yeah, like why even make it though at that point, which is what I'm saying. Alice says that she wanted to be on this episode. I don't remember that personally, but if you did say that,
hop on now and get Juan off. He's not contributing at all.
Yeah, just jump on. let the audience hear your voice real quick. Also, we'll put you on another episode. I really don't remember that. Maybe you're
she really knows her shit when it comes to like modern day like murderers and like stuff like that. So I think she'd actually she would know her shit when it comes to that.
Yeah, let's just switch her off for Juan now. I mean, I don't know why we're...
let's just let's do a little tradesies. Ollie, we'd love to have you on. I didn't, like, maybe I thought you weren't being serious or whatever, but you can be on whenever you want. Hellhouse LLC. So the biggest difference that we get between one found footage film and the other is the perspective. So in Houses October Built, we have a group of friends that are going through haunted houses. In Hellhouse LLC, which I'm just going to call Hellhouse from now on because it's a fucking tongue twister. In Hellhouse, we get a group of friends who are creating and running a haunted house. Personally, for me, the building the haunted house and like running it provided a lot more opportunity for shit to be really fucked up. And I felt like they took a really good angle with it, and for me, it's the superior movie. Although I think they're both great movies, especially like if you're into found footage, if you're into haunted house stuff, they're both watchable. Like go watch them; they're fun. But Hell House for me was the better film. So, Juan, I don't know if you watched, but I know for sure, Jesus, you watched. What was your impression of the movie right off the bat?
I loved Hell House 1. I thought the whole found footage in that film was used better. Again, it was one of those films where like they made it seem fucking real. Like it felt really fucking genuine. It didn't feel so much like this is a horror film or something like that. The conversations that they were having with each other, they seemed like real conversations that we have as friends. And like if we're trying to put together this fucking haunted house, and then the character development, I thought it was really great. I really fucking loved it. Again, it was one of those movies where shit starts happening, and fucking bail. But I get it. They're tied in money into this place. You don't really learn so much about that until part 2. I thought with the Hellhouse movies, I did see all 3 of them. So I want to say it was on purpose that they were like, all right, we're going to have a 1, 2, and 3. 1 was the best one out of all of them. The part 2 was fucking trash. And 3 was done a little bit better, but still nothing compared to part 1.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say 1 just felt fucking real. It was creepy. The whole thing it was put together really nicely. I definitely see myself watching Hellhouse like every Halloween time now. I've never seen that movie until recently.
That's a pretty big statement, and I agree with you. I watch it come Halloween time. It's definitely something that's on the queue. For me, if you love Hellhouse 1, don't watch 2 and 3. So I for a long time, this is probably like the 4th or 5th year that I've watched this movie, and I was fine without the sequels. I knew they existed. Well, the second one came out in 2018, so I knew it was there. The third one came out this year. I knew it was there. I wasn't jumping to watch it, especially because I hadn't seen the second one. The first one stands on its own. You don't need the stuff from the second or third one. You don't need the information. You don't need the stories. It's completely different characters. Just avoid it, because the second one is absolute garbage. And then the third one spends the whole movie trying to fix that garbage and trying to close everything up with a nice little bow, and it doesn't work. None of it works. The third one is watchable. It is something that you can tolerate, I guess, but don't do it. My advice, honestly, if you watch the first one and you enjoy it, just leave it there. Let sleeping dogs lie. I'm glad that I watched it instead of fucking sitting here saying maybe you should watch it. I'd rather recommend that you don't watch it because it really is bad. It's not a good movie. So let's focus on the first one. The first one is really well done. Again, the acting is the biggest differential from the first one to the second and third. The acting in the first movie is very good. The acting in the second movie is unreal bad. And the acting in the third movie is mediocre at best. So the acting in the first movie is really well done. The film is really well done. The stories are really well done. They don't try too hard, and you get this story that's centered around scaring people, and now the people that are scaring people are scared. You get the centerpiece for me are these 3 mannequin clowns that are human-sized, and they all have masks on them, and they're mannequins. They're mannequins, and you get these 3 figures at the center of everything. And the best part for me is the first scare. Everything's going pretty well up until then. They're all getting along, and there's actually 2 of them that are fighting over the girl in the movie, which you find out later. But they're for the most part they're having fun, and they're building this house, and then all of a sudden, Tony, who's one of the main characters, is like, Gibby. Why is all this saying Gibby?
Because he's fucking dead.
Oh, okay, I see, he's crawling. So...
He's not even crawling, he's dead already.
Oh, I have him crawling. I'm behind a little bit on my feed.
He's on someone else's camera.
Oh, for sure. I see what's happening.
The person crawling is me right now.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Good,
oh, you're
I hope
playing?
You fucking die.
Yeah. Me and Ernie were playing this match.
Dude, I don't know. No one told me anything.
I have to reboot my internet part because I was lagging ugly.
But all right, yeah. So part 1.
Bitch, I'm deep into part 1.
No, I mean, like, let's get back into it.
Oh yeah, so you got the first scare of the movie is Tony, who's one of the main characters. He's also like the main film guy. He has the camera and he's going around and he finds the mannequin in a place where it shouldn't be and it's standing up, which they hadn't done. And he goes like, oh shit, someone's trying to scare me. And then he goes into the hall and then when he comes back, the mannequin has turned towards him. He thinks it's his friends fucking with him, so he runs out and all of his friends are far away from the mannequin. And then we get, like, the first, like, hey guys, something is fucking wrong. Very soon after that, we get Sarah talking in the corner of the room, whispering to herself. They can't wake her up, and then when they do, she doesn't know what's happened. How are you guys feeling at this point of the movie?
Again, I'm throwing the card in, like, dude, like, let's fucking bounce. Like, once shit starts happening, they're getting it on film. And the main owner guy, Alex, is just like, guys, we're good. It's the house just fucking with you. Let's continue. Come on. We got 2 weeks till opening or a week till opening. Come on, guys. Let's push through this. It's just everything's just fucking with you. And at the same time, there's a lot of. I mean, I know what you're saying, Josh, about just with one being, calling it. Questions that you may have are answered in 2 and 3. They're just done very poorly. So you might get questions like asking yourself, well, what the fuck is this? Or what's that? And or like, why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just leave? What's happening? And you'll get that in 2 and 3, but it's just done not in a good way.
For me, the ruining of the movie is not worth the answers to the questions. So you have a lot of movies, horror movies specifically, where you don't have all of your questions asked. A lot of what's happening is a mystery. And that's okay with me. I don't need all of my questions answered. What I need is for you to not ruin the fucking movie with a sequel that has bad acting and bad storytelling and doesn't make a ton of sense, and then a second sequel that tries to fix that first sequel where it just completely, again, the storytelling is so skewered in that third movie because it's trying so hard to fix the mistakes that they made in the second movie. But I mean, the first movie, again, let's try to focus on that because it was really good. What is the scariest part of the movie for you, Jesus?
Trying to think. The scariest part for me, I want to have to say probably like that when they're going down to the basement scene, that first time when he thinks that they're fucking with him, and then the clown is moving, or when he's actually going like towards the basement and the fucking clown just pops up like right in front of him, and he does think that they're fucking with him. I mean, that fucking clown in that entire series is creepy as shit alone. So
yeah, it works a lot.
I know the entire time we were watching it, we're like, I'm just waiting for this motherfucker to book it at him, and like that's gonna creep me out, but they never did it. He moved and stuff like that, or he was kind of walked, but I was just waiting for him to fucking full sprint at them, but they never did it.
Well, so we talked about strobe lights earlier. We get a strobe light scene. So again, Tony is because he has cameras set up all over the house to monitor and make sure that guests aren't getting rowdy and to protect the actors and whatever. You have security cameras, basically. And so he's using one of those cameras to practice, one of the rooms. They set everything up, they set the lights up, and like, okay, let's see what it looks like through the camera. The effect starts going, boom, strobe light, and he starts, like, if you pay real close attention, you can tell that they're moving. The figures, the mannequins, whatever. They're moving from place to place, and he goes like, hey guys, how many fucking things did we put in this room?
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
3. They're like, we put 3, and he's like, fuck that, and he starts to run away. And then they show you like stills of the strobe light pictures that he caught, and the clown is there. The clown is there, and some other things that shouldn't be in the room are there. Everything's moving. Again, just really well done, man. isn't overproduction. There isn't bad acting. Like, all this stuff is, if you put yourself into it, not that you would go like, oh my god, this actually happened. But it's pretty good, man. Like, if you showed someone who didn't know anything about found footage, like my grandma or something, you could probably tell her that it's real and she might believe you. You know what I mean?
Is this your favorite found footage film, Josh?
Oh God, no.
What is it? Just real quick, I'm sorry.
My favorite found footage film is Blair Witch, but there's a lot.
Activity.
Yeah, we talked about that. Paranormal Activity actually is up there. Phoenix Tapes series is up there. Probably Phoenix Tapes 99 is my favorite one out of those.
Deborah Logan.
They're watching. Deborah Logan is very good. The Taking of Deborah Logan is very good. They're watching is really good. Fuck, man. I mean, they're VHS.
Actually, I really like fucking Cloverfield, but that one's more of a sci-fi.
Ooh, I love Cloverfield, but for me, it's not. It's not a horror movie, but it is really good. Yeah, the VHS series is pretty good. I liked one a lot more than the sequels. But yeah, there's a lot of horror movies I like, found footage horror movies I like, but this one, I mean, it isn't bad, and actually, I would say that it's good. I would say that it's something that you could watch every Halloween, like Jesus was saying, and then, especially like if you're gonna go to the haunted houses, like when there's not a plague going on, watch this the night before. Like have a little movie marathon. Have a little movie marathon of Hellhouse and Houses October Built, and then the next day go to the haunted houses. I guarantee you'll enhance your experience.
I don't want to go to any haunted houses anymore. Like, if COVID wasn't a thing, right, after watching these movies, I don't think I would, be like, yeah, let's just go to the haunted house. Like, they were really creepy. Like, the way it was just put together, it was done really well. I fucking really liked Hell House.
Gibby says, I said it earlier, Juan, pay attention. I did, to be fair, say that Blair Witch was my favorite found footage movie.
I remember you mentioning that you really liked it, but I don't recall you saying it was your favorite.
Yeah, and so it's like the OG found footage horror movie, but man, is it so fucking good. The Blair Witch, it's so fucking good.
And it's also another that had really shitty sequels.
I didn't like Blair Witch 2. I thought it was terrible.
We'll talk about this another time, but...
Talk about what?
The Blair Witch remake, the newer one.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
We haven't done a Blair Witch episode, so we will.
Yeah. Hellhouse.
So we start Hellhouse. So they start digging into also the history, into the guy. What his name was? It like Tully or Tory or
something like, yeah, the guy who bought the hotel that they did the Hell House at.
And I want to say, you'll learn, they talk about him and they say that people went missing in the hotel and that he was a cultist and, he was trying to find a portal to hell, and then he ends up hanging himself in the dining room. And they kind of just leave it at that, and I feel like, I guess like Josh, what you're saying is, if you just leave it at that, then that's fine, but me, I was just like, well, what the fuck? Like, why did he... I kind of want to know a little bit more of a backstory, and they answer that in 2 and 3, but then again, it's... I guess
it's too late.
you just take your own risk watching the movie. I mean, they're bad. 2 is pretty bad. 3 is okay. I just thought that the ending was really cheesy as shit. But...
Well, and again, I think it comes down to a very simple concept, and that's, do you value the answers more than you value the watching experience? Because if you want the answers really badly, and you're like so entranced with this story and the lore behind what's happening that you have to have the next part of the story, then go watch 2 and 3. But for me, having had those answers, I would have much rather not have those answers and not had to watch those movies.
Do you feel that the the upcoming movies like 2 and 3 were all set up from part 1, or do you think just due to the success of 1, they made 2 and 3?
I feel like, for me, so you get a lot of parts in 3 especially, well, in both of them, where they cut back to 1. So it's hard for me that they did, or it's difficult, rather, for me to believe that they didn't have a trilogy in mind from the beginning, but this is the way it plays out for me in reality. They did the first movie, and they intended to end it there. And then they ended up doing the second movie because of the success, and the second movie was so fucking bad that they had to try to redeem themselves with the third movie, and that's how we ended up with a trilogy.
They probably could have also, like, tried to... They probably saw it and they're like, oh fuck, we left all these plot holes. Let's go ahead and try and make another one so that we can give the full story. And they probably, it's like, could have been a case of overdoing it too.
I just feel like there weren't plot holes though. There was mystery, but mystery does not a plot hole.
Doesn't need explanation sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just how I feel about it. We've got another Survivor game going, so we'll take shots for everybody that survives. Hopefully it's not all 3 of them, because then I might have to lie about at least one of them. But and we will go ahead and wrap up our movie experiences here while the game goes on. And then once the game is over, we'll go ahead and wrap up the episode. I really liked the way this episode turned out. Personally, I liked getting into the discussion early. It was brought to my attention that sometimes we don't get into the discussion about the movie until like 30 minutes in. And so the timing at this point, it's like a lot easier to digest this amount of time. We're like an hour and 20 minutes in, and we're an hour and 11 minutes in, and we're at a point where we can, we're ready to wrap up. We're ready to wind down. I really like that. So there's obviously going to be a discussion internally that we're not going to have on air, but maybe this is how things will go forward. Maybe if we have a longer subject, maybe we'll do this. Maybe it's something short. We'll do the drinking game in its entirety. But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it flowed well.
Yeah. I definitely thought so too. So I guess, I mean, well, we do have time to, let him in this thing. I guess let's talk about the shitty sequels. And we'll wrap it up, and then I guess if you guys out there can make the determination for yourself if you really want to go through and watch these movies. At least part 2s. I would say that we all agree. Definitely watch part 1 for both of these movies. Part 2 and 3, I guess after these next 5-10 minutes, that's on you guys if you want to actually go through with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with, we've done a lot actually already on Hellhouse 2 and 3, and so we'll get there in a little bit. But houses that October built for me, the sequel, it's not hard to watch. So it's a lot of this. It's the same actors, so the acting is pretty good. It's a lot of the same concept. They're just going through haunted houses. So if you watch the movie and you're like, man, I really love how they're going through haunted houses, dude, watch the second one, because there's a lot of that in the second one.
Kind of reminds me of those the Travel Channel documentaries, like the top 10 haunted houses in America or whatever.
Dude, I fucking love those.
Well, then you should watch the second one.
I
love those Travel Channel. Haunted house.
So part 2, it basically goes on after the girl. She's known as Coffin Girl, and she's a YouTube sensation. So people want to pay them now to go to their, not less extreme versions of haunted houses, and the whole film is them going to these, just your traditional style haunted houses. They do like a zombie run. They go to like an X-rated haunted house, where I thought it was pretty funny because they were just talking a lot of shit, and there's laser titties.
Laser titties.
And then it ends with another extreme style haunted house where they're stealing their RV. They're waking up and they're like, "You guys can't come out till dark." And then they get out at dark and go into this haunted house. If someone fucking steals your RV and drives you 3 states away,
they poison them. They poison them. They put gas into the RV so that they would sleep, and then they drove them to this undisclosed location
in North Carolina or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, don't go into the haunted house.
Yeah, I mean, and my biggest problem with this whole movie is that it's the exact same movie. And not only is it the exact same movie, it's the exact same movie with characters that should already know better. You've been through this before.
But
you have, you know what I mean? Like, you went through the worst haunted housing experience that anyone's ever been through, and now you're just going to go through it again because someone's paying you a little bit of money?
And here comes nightfall, and the fucking all the clowns are like, get out, follow us, and they're like, all right, we're gonna get out and follow you guys.
And Brandy has to go through this thing where, like, they set one of her friends on fire, or one of her friends is found hanging. It's all props and stuff, but then she finds out at one point one of the characters, like, or a couple of the characters, like, turn on the guys because you find out that the guys are in on this whole thing. And then they show her, they're like, look, they've been doing this whole thing to you. They've known the whole time. They're going to be there at the end. Here's a gun with fake blood and a blank. Pretend to kill yourself. Like pretend that you're going to kill yourself. And then at the end, that's what happens. Like, she
then
shoots
just get
herself.
mad at her friends.
Yeah, and then her friends are like, don't, like, Brandy, put the gun down. What are you doing? She shoots herself, and then... like, it's all fake, and they're like, oh my god, and then she's just like, fuck you guys, you're bad friends, or whatever.
And then it's over.
So yeah, I mean, not great quality there, you know what I mean?
So...
But it, like, again, like, if you really liked the haunted house part of the first movie, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch this movie. I mean, don't expect a great ending, which we've already spoiled for you, but honestly, like, if you're into that part, just watch the movie. Hellhouse, I can't say the same for the sequels. Hellhouse
2, it's more of, on Hellhouse 1, you know how that reporter goes missing, so it's like the guy who, like, found, who they gave the tapes to, he's, like, now he's selling the videos or whatever, and he's the brains, and so you learn more about the guy who opened up the place and how he wanted to create a portal to hell, and it's just really cheesy in that aspect. There's like demonic voices when they go into the room, and it's sad that what they did to the first movie, because the first one was really put together really well. It was fucking believable, and then part 2 is just like, oh my god, like they just...
Again, the worst part of the movie for me here is the acting, man. It's so fucking bad. It's just not believable. It completely takes away from the found footage experience. Like, so we'll go back to Paranormal Activity real quick. Again, they advertised it as, like, real footage. They didn't have actors credited. They didn't have directors credited. And part of the reason, one of the biggest reasons that whole experience worked in that way was because the actors were so believable as real people, as a couple who was in love, as a couple who had their first house, as a couple who was experiencing some trauma or some bad things together. You know what I mean?
Real quick, so all 3 of us survived.
Great, that's great.
So we'll talk about the shitty ending for 3, and then we'll take a shot.
Well, let's take a shot, and then we'll talk about the
3 shots for part 3, right?
Yeah, something like that. Here's 2 sequels that should not be made. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Fucking bullet.
Oh boy. Little boy, you're going to hell. Yeah, so that's our episode on Hellhouse LLC, as well as the houses that October built. We are hoping to bring you as many episodes as we can before we get to Halloween. We guarantee, and I make a lot of guarantees that don't come true, but we're really, really hoping that we will at least get you Halloween parts 1 and 2 before Halloween. At this point, because of all the stuff that's going on that we've had to deal with recently, we're really, really hoping to get Halloween 1 and 2 out before Halloween. The rest of it, unfortunately, we will see. That's Ed Gein. That's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hopefully we can get to them. There's a chance that we can, but we're going to at least try to get you Halloween parts 1 and 2. And we're very happy to bring you this episode. I thought it went really, really well. I was very excited to get to our first found footage films here, 28 episodes in, but very, very excited to do that. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for showing up. Had a nice little turnout. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. If you're listening to this retroactively, please continue to do that and help our numbers. We really, really enjoy doing this for you guys, and that all helps us to continue to do this for you guys. And I'll take a second shot. I'm not going to take a third because it's the end of the episode and I've got fucking work. But I'll take a second shot here, and then we will get into the wrap up. If you guys want to take it, you can take it. If not, that's okay too. Thank you to Ale for showing up tonight. Thank you to Eric for showing up. I don't know who else is out there.
Gilbert for playing tonight.
Oh yeah, dude! Big shout to Gibby for playing and for being our producer. Yeah, we contacted him not very far before the show started, so thank you for being our producer / streamer for the evening, Gibby. You're a fucking gem. And yeah, here's to we cheered to haunted houses, we cheered to bad sequels.
I want to cheers to the last line of Hellhouse 3. I thought it was a great fucking line. Like the way the movie ends. So, guys, part 3, that the fucking portal to hell, they're trying to close it. It ends by all the original actors come back. You find out now they're in purgatory, and they're stuck in this house forever. And the first thing the guy says, "Fuck it, Holmes. Let's see if the bar's still open."
Yeah, he does say that. I don't know if he says Holmes or homies, but
yeah, no, he said Holmes.
Oh, for sure.
I was like, oh, all right, orderly way. Which I thought definitely would be us. If we're stuck all in this fucked up house for the rest of eternity, I think the first thing we're gonna do is like, well, see if that bar's still open. I mean, what else do we have to do?
100%, that would be us. Before we take the shot, talk amongst yourselves for about 90 seconds.
So after us discussing these movies, Juan, do you think you would watch them?
I'm probably gonna watch what is it? Hellhouse LLC right now, actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, very fucking curious about it. I just
didn't
get
really
around
good.
to get that.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Nah, I'm probably gonna
really
skip sequels. I'll probably skip the sequels. I'll just probably read up on those because, yeah, sometimes I invest too much time on sequels and I end up fucking hating the whole franchise. So I really don't want to do that.
I mean, I don't hate the whole franchise. It was just they just did not live up at all to 1.
Like, it's rare for me to really, like, for example, like the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. Those sucked, but I don't
know why I thought you were gonna say Friday. I'm like, yo, next Friday wasn't that bad. Like,
don't talk about next Friday like that.
I really loved Next Friday. Actually, yeah. I think that's my favorite out of the 3, to be honest. But
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I really because it was the first one I saw.
Friday's the best one, dude.
I saw Next Friday first, and then my brother was the one that was like, "Dude, you gotta watch like the first one." I'm like, "Well, you showed me the second one first. That's on you,
bro." Fucking Day. What is this shit? I can get jiggy to this.
I can get jiggy to this shit,
dude. Friday Friday. Come on, guys.
All three of them are fucking great. I don't
Okay.
like. I fucking love all three of them. I don't as much as people hate the third one.
I know you're not messing with my money.
Yeah, we'll do a Friday episode.
Dude, honestly, like I know we're exclusively horror, but we really should like on a live stream or something. Well, we're doing live streams, but like on a non-DVD stream, we should cover the Friday movies. Fuck yeah.
I mean, we're gonna eventually hit like horror comedy. Like, I mean, we have, but I'm talking like the scary movies and shit.
I'm homebound for a while, so Saturday we can do a fucking long stream again.
For sure.
At the Second Baptist Church, we call this a sin. Down here on Parker Street, we call this a twin. Yeah, I'm down. We can talk about it.
Say the rest of that line, Josh.
No. I'll sing it. I'll sing it though. Something.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming out another week with us. I know we just kind of said that we're doing this episode really randomly. I definitely appreciate you guys coming out. Hope you guys get to watch Hellhouse and The House's October Belt. First time me ever watching them. I really enjoyed those movies a lot. You guys?
Shot real quick. Shot. We still won. So here, cheers to the last line in the movie, which was "Fuck it, Holmes. Let's see if the bar's still open." Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
Ernie or Juan, your 60 seconds here.
Hello, Ernie.
Steady vibing, y'all. That's all I gotta say.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you for sticking around. It's gonna be a fun month still, so we still got a lot of shit that we're gonna go through, and we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be fun too.
All right, boys. Well, that's it for us here at Dead by Daylight. We appreciate you stopping by.
Death by Daylight.
For stopping by, and as always, quick. And as always,
fuck the free world.
313.